Time at Soika Pavilion on Senior Day, the Bucknell Bison lead the Boston University Terriers 30-18. Bucknell 20 minutes away from extending their home winning streak to 24 games. It's the third longest active home winning streak in Division I women's basketball. Only UConn at 64 straight and UCLA at 26 straight boast longer streaks. The Bucknell Bison really shared the basketball in that first half. 10 field goals made and 7 assists. They were whipping the ball around the perimeter. They've led by as many as 17. They lead by 12 at the half. Bucknell shooting 35.7%, 33% for Boston, but turnovers have been a problem for the Terriers. 12 turnovers for them. It's led to 10 Bucknell points, just 6 miscues for the Bucknell Bison. Surprisingly, Bucknell's being out-rebounded 16-14. The Bison have out-rebounded 24 of their 25 opponents this season. But they need to crash the glass a little bit harder. It's Senior Day here at Soika Pavilion. We're honoring the winningest senior class in Bucknell women's basketball history, and they have accounted for 19 of the team's 30 points. 7 points for Claire DeBoer, 7 points for Sune Swart, and 5 points for Megan McGurk. Let's take a look at some first half highlights. They hit 4 threes by 4 different players. Claire DeBoer hits 1, then Kate Walker, the number 1 three-point shooter in the Patriot League at 45%, drains another, then great reversal. Walker to McGurk on the corner. The tri-captain nails it, and then Sune Swart, not afraid to launch a three. Connects, and then how about that beautiful bounce pass in stride, DeBoer to Swart, the senior sharing a brain right there as the Bucknell Bison lead Boston 30-18 at the half. This year Bucknell 16-1 when they lead at recess. But Boston's in really good hands. They're led by third-year head coach Katie Stedding, and Boston has turned their program around thanks to the watchful eyes of Katie Stedding. Her first year they went 2-16, last year 3-15, but she started to get her own recruits and her own players and still her own philosophy. This year they're already 9-5 in league play, and there's 3 games remaining after this season. Last year they went 3-27. From 2014 to 2016, they were in the midst of a 31-game road losing streak, and this year they're currently tied for 4th place in the standings with the American University Eagles. For Bucknell, they're currently a half game behind the Navy Mids in the standings. Navy won earlier today against Army 67-62 at Alumni Hall in Annapolis, so Bucknell needs to win to keep pace with the Mids. Navy will take on American Wednesday. Bucknell will face Lafayette. Then a week from tonight in Annapolis, primetime Saturday night showdown, Bucknell at Navy, presumably for the right to be the top seed and the regular season champ in the Patriot League. And that's so crucial and critical because the number 1 seed in the Patriot League has home court advantage throughout the conference tournament. Bucknell leads Boston 30-18, trying to sweep the Terriers. Bucknell won 66-50 last month at Case Gym in downtown Beantown. And we are underway. Possession arrow belongs to Boston. They need to take better care of the basketball. 12 turnovers in that first half. Sarah Hope for 3, drains it. And with that 3, Sarah Hope becomes the most prolific three-point shooter in Boston University history. Now 245 three-point field goals made. She passes Chantel Alford, who previously had the record at 244. Alford in the class of 2013. Backdoor cut, Caitlin Sleggis off the low block. It's good. 32-21, Bucknell leads, 40 seconds in. So congrats to Sarah Hope. Trying to give Boston some hope. Corinne Williams. Down low to Beaudry. Beaudry backing in against Swart. Swart, great body control. Boston's forced to reset. 10 on the timer. Back down to Beaudry. Spinning, cutting. Latham, lefty layup, comes up short. Cleared by Sune Swart. 7 points and 4 rebounds for Swart. Was 2 boards shy of a double-double in the win against Loyola. Swart launches the 3. Tried to get the fortuitous bounce, but it couldn't drop in. Cleared by Latham. Down low to Beaudry, the tallest player in the Patriot League at 6'5". Nia Thompson pump fakes the 3. Hand in her face by Sleggis. And rebound wrapped up by Claire DeBoer. Both these teams came in real hot to this contest. Bucknell had won 3 straight all by double figures. Boston had won 4 straight, all by at least 9 points. It's Boston's longest winning streak in 4 years. Bucknell had a 12-game winning streak earlier this year. DeBoer trying to drive, spinning, crafty move from Claire DeBoer, finger roll! What a nifty move by Claire DeBoer. 5th all-time leading scorer in program history, 6th all-time leading rebounder in school history. Nia Thompson trying to carve through traffic, and we have a foul called on Caitlin Slagus. That's her 3rd personal, team's first. In the act of shooting, Nia Thompson will march to the free throw line. Thompson averaged just 1.7 points per game her freshman year, 6.0 points per game this year. 57% free throw shooter, makes the first. 10-point game. Boston just 5 of 10 from the free throw line. They're the 2nd worst free throw shooting team in the Patriot League at just 63%. Thompson from Waldorf, Maryland. Misfires in the 2nd. Rebound by the lanky guard Walker. Swart, high-low play. DeBoer catches and finishes. Great basketball for the Bucknell Bison. 9 assists on 13 field goals made. During their 3-game winning streak, they were assisting on 67% of their field goals made. They passed the ball with such ease. Beaudry driving, and she travels. 7th turnover on Sophie Beaudry. She has more turnovers than Bucknell does. She has 7, Bucknell has 6. 36-22, Bucknell leads Boston. English, little hesitation, then acceleration. Finds DeBoer, no look pass Swart, back to DeBoer, running the triangle. DeBoer, can she close between 2 defenders? Finds a little crease and is mauled from behind. And she'll head to the free throw line. Claire DeBoer trying to add to her 11 points and 5 rebounds. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line this afternoon. Bends her knees, twirls the ball, that's her regimen, and makes the free throw. Claire DeBoer had a real unique internship over the summer with ESPN. She worked for their marketing and sales department. It was based in New York City. She would practice at Columbia's gym. And then at the end of her internship, she got to tour Bristol and see all the cool studios that the worldwide leader has to offer. Bucknell by 15. They've led by as many as 17. Sarah Hope driving and falling. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Sune Swart. Her 3rd personal. Team's 2nd. 6:56 remaining. Bucknell leads 37-22. Nia Irving, highly regarded freshman out of Maine, can't flick it in. Rebound cleared by Megan McGurk, one of the 3 seniors honored in our lavish ceremony prior to tip. Walker with a reversal to DeBoer. Crafty moves from DeBoer again. But Bucknell can move without the basketball effortlessly. Look at these cuts and screen and rolls. English will launch the 3. Swoosh for Kai English. 40-22, Bucknell clobbering Boston. That's the 5th 3 by Bucknell by 5 different players. English, McGurk, DeBoer, Walker, and Swart all have a tray. Boston can't hit the 3. Rebound Nia Irving. Between the trees, batted up in the air by Nia Thompson. Into the waning hands of Kai English. Boston 1 of 6 from downtown. Reverse lay-in for Megan McGurk, 7 points for McGurk, the senior out of Westchester, PA, having a great game. McGurk, not known for her scoring, a pass-first point guard, has only finished in double figures once this season in 25 games. And a traveling violation on Sarah Hope. She was walking on the perimeter. Another miscue by Boston. 14 turnovers by the Terriers. And they have 8 field goals made. That cannot make Coach Detting too happy. Baseball pass to Walker, in and out. 50-50 ball scooped up by DeBoer. English, extra pass Walker, best 3-point shooter in the Patriot League in stride. Bucknell more than doubling up Boston, 45-22. This is a clinic. Bucknell outscoring Boston 15-4 this third quarter, and we're midway through. Hope down low to Nia Irving. Megan Mickelson, tight defense. Irving sees a crease, able to flick it in with her left hand. Absorbs some contact, foul on Mickelson, her second, and a free throw coming up for Nia Irving, looking for the three-point play. The 2015 Maine High School Gatorade Player of the Year. But before we have that free throw, we have our media timeout.